I began my career in the car business in 1993 at a small used car lot. By January of 94, I was selling Lincolns, Mercurys, and Volkswagens at a dealership that was part of an up-and-coming dealer group. I was the youngest employee in the dealer group, and I was working at a store that attracted an older and more affluent clientele, selling those new Lincolns and Mercurys. And so because of that, we didn't get a lot of floor traffic at our store. We didn't get a lot of people just walking in, looking around. A lot of the mainstream stores, such as a Ford store or a Chevrolet store, would get a lot of traffic. They'd get a lot of people coming in, taking a look at their products, but we just didn't get a whole lot of that, which meant that you didn't get as much practice at our store to talk to clients and to practice your craft. Each day that you came in, there was a chance that you wouldn't be able to talk to one customer. If you did get a customer, you needed to be excellent at your craft so that you could maximize the visit because you didn't know when you were going to get another. In sales, there are two ways to be successful. You can either talk to more people or get better at your craft. Since getting more traffic was out of the question, I was forced to get better at my craft. It was really my only option. And I wanted to be the number one salesperson at the store. Every morning when I drove in, I would look at that big Lincoln Mercury sign out front and try to imagine what it would be like to own Buck Lincoln Mercury, where you get more for your buck. Yep, I even had a slogan. Well, the problem? There were two guys that were masters at the art of sales, and they were always competing for the top spot. And there wasn't even a close third place in the store. The other salespeople had been in the game for a long time and never took the title from these two men. What chance did I have? Have you ever been in a situation like this where you're the newbie in a competitive situation and the only thing you have on your side is drive? What did you do? How did you handle the situation? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that only the most successful know. This is the one thing that can change you from ordinary Joe or Jane into a superstar. This is the cheat sheet that can help you achieve the heights that you have seen others achieve in just a fraction of the time. What is that secret, you ask? Well, the secret is that success leaves clues. Yep, you heard me right. Success leaves clues. No matter what your endeavor, there are people that have gone before you and have succeeded in that same field. What did they do? What were their first steps? What worked? What didn't work? How can you improve their process? Now, you've probably heard all this before, but following the clues of success is hard work. Most successful people are not very aware of how they got where they did. I once asked a person that I viewed as successful how he got to where he was, and his reply was, luck. Lots and lots of luck. Bull. Once analyzed, there were lots of actions that he took to jumpstart his career. He just hadn't analyzed it. In my case, I shared an office with one of the men that I was talking about. His name was Eric, and he was laid back and very easygoing. But he had a great work ethic and a competitive nature. I watched as he came in every morning and began looking through his steno pad. Now, I don't know if you know what a steno pad is, but it's a notebook that stands about this tall, and it has a ring at the top, and when you flip it open, it's got lines, but it has a red line down the middle. And he always used a steno pad when working with his clients. He would look through that steno pad and see who he could call to follow up on their visit. Then he would look through his list of people that had told him that they wanted a specific vehicle and for him to watch out for it. And he followed that up by walking around the lot to see if there was something that might fit what they wanted. Next, he would follow up with his sold clients to see if they had any questions about their new car, if they enjoyed their purchase, and most importantly, he would ask if they knew anybody that was looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle. Once I saw his pattern, I had two choices. I could do as the others did and complain about how many cars he sold, or I could emulate him. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So my new steno pad and I followed every single step. Steve, the other top salesman, was less about process and more about persuasion. He and I developed a really close friendship that has stood over 30 years, and he's still one of the best salespeople I know. Before long, I was the number 3 guy, and I was closing in on the top 2 producers. And in my first year at the store, I became Salesman of the Month 2 times, something nobody else had done in the previous 3 years. Was this a result of some kind of magic innate ability that I possessed? Nah, I'm really not that good. It was simply the result of a young man that didn't want to be mediocre. There are 2 ways to go in life. You can complain about those that are successful, or you can become successful yourself. If you choose the latter, always remember that success leaves clues.